Look at the visuals, man. The sun, they do the sun so freaking well in this game. The radar system is okay here. It's not the worst, not the best, but it works enough. Think of it as a formation lap. It makes the rest of the race much more enjoyable. What's up, guys? Dan here. Thanks so much for joining in for this video. So today we're going to do another race here, a racing gameplay video in AC EVO. I've really been loving this game. I really like it a lot, and I really look forward to what the future has in store for us for this game. I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm hoping in less time than what most people are speculating. But anyways, there is, of course, an argument both ways of where this game stands. It has a mixture, honestly. It just has a mixture of some really good stuff and some not so great stuff. Personally, it's been enough for me to justify paying for the early access. I mean, as it just flipped over to this garage view of the car. I mean, look at the visuals, are absolutely stunning. I mean, you can see the orange peel, the lighting effects are amazing. Of course, it doesn't look just like this in the race, but I mean, this is the best looking garage showcase that I've seen in any game so far, and I'm just talking about this because it happened to pop up on the screen, but that's including your Forza Horizons and all of that stuff. I mean, Gran Turismo's. This looks at least as good, if not better. It also looks very good on track once you get the settings all dialed in. But let's hop back over here. What I want to talk about is one thing that I believe cannot be argued that AC EVOs, that Kunos has gotten phenomenally right here, and that is how front-wheel drive hot hatchbacks handle. Now, I have owned a bunch of them in recent history. I've owned two F-Series Mini Coopers, a GTI, Focus ST, Fiesta ST, and a couple more thrown in there. So I've got a lot of experience on how these little performance hatchbacks handle in the real world. And what I can tell you confidently, being a real-world owner of many of these cars, different performance levels, different ideas of what you're supposed to do with them and stuff like that. I've just driven such a big mix of them. I can tell you that this game does front-wheel drive hot hatches better than any other game I've ever played, period. I'm telling you that confidently, and I am willing to argue somebody if they want to disagree with me. However, that being said, most of the people that I've seen talk about this are also tend to be in agreement with this. So I thought, let's go ahead and do a race in one of their best hot hatches that they have available right now. Of course, they'll add more in time, but this is going to be the latest Mark 8 GTI. And this car sounds good in this game. It drives good. The force feedback feels really good. The physics feel really good. The way if you overdrive it, it has a lot of understeer. This is all very realistic. It feels very good through the hands, through the steering wheel. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and do a race. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick race. We're going to do 6 laps. I'm going to skip the first lap to give the AI some time to kind of figure themselves out, just like I did last time. That seems to help. I will not make you guys watch that. When we get out on track, I'll already be on lap 2. We are starting out at 6 p.m. I've got a 6 times multiplier, and so we should see the sun start to go down and set, and we should get some nice visuals, kind of see how time change works at the end of the day in a race. I'm racing, there's 16 total cars on track, including me, so I'm racing against 15. I've got the strength up at 95%, which should be pretty reasonably good. We'll have to see. And then if we back out here, you will see that we are going to be racing Brands Hatch, and I've got the weather clear just so we get the best visuals. So that's going to be it. So I will hop on track, do the first lap, and I'll see you guys shortly, and we'll continue on with the race. All right, so we are on the first lap, but I did want to just show you, we're not racing yet, but I did want to just show you real quick the lighting as we round this corner. They do such a phenomenal job with the lighting here. I'm not getting as high frames as I would like, but look as we come around this corner here. I mean, it looks stunning when the sun gets in your eyes there. Pretty wild looking. All right, I will see you when the actual second lap starts. All right, guys, so we're coming around to the straight here, and this is the beginning of lap 2. We're going to call this lap 1, and I did let them get out in front of me quite a bit, so let me see if I can kind of catch back up to them here. A little hot, a little wide there. You guys in the back are still pretty bunched up. This car sounds freaking so cool. This is not what a GTI, at least I had a Mark 7, and this is not what a stock Mark 7 GTI sounds like. And the videos I've seen, I don't believe this is what a Mark 8 would sound like either. It's almost like they're rendering this car with some sort of aftermarket exhaust with the popping and stuff like that. But it sounds good. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I tend to like when games overdo the exhaust sound a little bit. It just gives me more fun, I think. Yeah, the overrun sounds so cool. All right, let's see if we can get some positions up here. Got to be very careful you don't push too hard because you will lose grip in the front end. Just a reminder, we've got the AI set to 95%. I still think it might be a little low, but we're starting from the back. We're just kind of seeing how many positions we can get up in the laps that we have. Look at the visuals, man. The sun, they do the sun so freaking well in this game. This game's gonna look so cool in the open world. I don't think, you know, I've heard a couple different things stated that we're not gonna have dynamic weather in the open world, which that's fine, I get it. That would be pretty difficult to render that and get reasonable frames. But I do hope that we have some sort of time as I bully my way through a couple positions here. But see, the AI is doing reasonably well now. There's not that many tracks to choose from. I keep trying to change the tracks up so that you guys aren't seeing me drive on the same tracks every time. Brands Hatch is not my favorite course, but it's okay. Visually, it looks pretty damn good on this game. I do have traction control on right now, but traction control does not work in this game. If you haven't played it, it doesn't work. It's not like an assist in a sense like your Forzas and stuff like that. Traction control is like a general assist built into a game to make it easier when you're thinking of like a Forza. That's not the way it works here. This is actually like whatever is available in that car, they model that traction control system precisely as if it would have it, just like it would have, that specific car would have in the real world. For example, this car has legitimate launch control, just like it would have in the real world. And it works very well. I'm not going to show you now because I'll lose all the places I've taken. But it is very cool. Some cars have it, some don't. My favorite car to do the launch control in this game is the Audi, because it sounds so good. It sounds very cool. And but anyways, the TC systems and the stability control, it's not just a general assist to kind of help you be faster. It's actually what it really would be, and there's adjustable levels. And right now I've got traction control set on 1, so it's allowing me a little bit of slip coming out of corners. It's not totally pulling all the power, but if I was having problems, I could bump it up. You don't want to run a front wheel drive like this with 200 plus horsepower without traction control, at least in the real world, and on a game that models it really like the real way it is, because you would do nothing but spin the tires even with a limited slip. These cars do come, not all of the models, but if you get the SE trim, the Autobahn, and there may be another one that I'm forgetting, does come with a mechanical limited slip, which does help. My GTI had it. It really does help the car come out of the corner well. You almost need that for a front wheel drive. With over 180, 200 wheel, horsepower, not wheel. I think they made about 240 crank horsepower. So I'm guessing stock, they've got around 210 wheel horsepower. And if you're at that 180 to 200 wheel horsepower mark on a front wheel drive, you really do need a limited slip, a mechanical limited slip, not a brake vectoring system. That's not the same. You really need a mechanical limited slip to help you get out of the corners. And they've really modeled that well in this game. For example, my Fiesta ST did not have a mechanical limited slip, and I had it tuned, and it made about 220-ish wheel horsepower, and it was phenomenal going into corners, but it sucked getting out of corners. It just could not put the power down, even with a really sticky set of tires. See, these guys up front, they're holding their own. I'm going to try to pass them. I mean, I think I can. Let's see, we got 2 laps left. Got 1 there. Probably didn't need that downshift there, but I'm going to use it, and I'm going to get around this gentleman. He's still there. I do like, I mean, the radar system is okay here. It's not the worst, not the best, but it works enough. I kind of wish that I could bring it down a little bit. It's above my visual reference, like when I'm looking at the cars here, it's kind of above me. So I'm having to take my eyes off of where I'm trying to go to look up. And like in a situation like this, I can barely even see it. Yeah, 95% is probably too easy. But I will say, waiting the first lap to let the AI kind of fix themselves, it really makes a big difference. If you have enough patience to kind of allow them that first lap to kind of work things out, think of it as a formation lap. It makes the rest of the race much more enjoyable. And I'm pretty certain I can get these guys in this last lap, so that tells me that if I'm finishing first, I still have the AI too low. Bumping me a little bit there. I'm going to take that position. Whoa, see, I got bumped there. Uh-oh, he's trying to turn me around. He's upset that I passed him. Oh, he's still right there. Ooh, he is fighting me. He's pissed. All right, let's make sure we don't overdrive this corner. I tend to do that sometimes. Traction control kicking in there as I'm coming up that hill. Make sure we're still recording, and we are. I keep talking about the lighting here, guys, but the lighting is so good. I don't know if you noticed it as we went under that bridge, but man, did it look good. So my radar has gone away, which means I have not only passed those guys, but I've put some, some distance on them. Oh boy. Oh shit. Part of my language. All right, he's goobered up there, and now he's right back on me again. Yeah, he's on me. He wants it. I'm not going to let him have it, though. If you're wondering, I'm still getting about 120 frames right now. At the beginning of the race, I was not. See, I've got my foot to the floor right now. If it wasn't for traction control, I couldn't do that. So, race is finished. Yep, and I took first place. It says position 7 of 16, but that's not right. I don't know what is up with the position marker. I'm pretty sure I passed everyone. Unless, you know what, unless actually there may have been a group of people that were just way out in front of us. That's possible too. I'm not sure. I mean, it definitely says I'm in position 7 of 16. So anyways, I passed all the people I could see. So yeah, so maybe there were some people. I'm not 100% sure if this is accurate. That seems strange because I swear I passed a bunch of people. But maybe I only passed half the people. Anyways, yeah, I guess there were some people out in front of us, because I didn't see them, and I see them right there on the little list of drivers there. Looks like Gabriel Torres, Brooks, Anderson, and I wonder if I can scroll this. No, I can only scroll up to 4th, but there was apparently 3 people in front of them that were quicker than us. Does that make sense to you guys? I don't know. Anyways, that may be right, it may not. I'm not really sure about that, but The point of this was to race in what I think is a phenomenal example of a game that does front wheel drives really, really well. So if you bought the early access, played it, didn't like it because you're not really into it, hop back in and try the front wheel drives. They are phenomenal. You can do this car. There's also something N. I forget. It's a Honda. We don't have it here in the States. I think it's an i30N, but we don't have it, whatever it is here. We've got different N models. I think it's an i30N. But anyways, it drives really well too, and it's a manual transmission if you want to row gears. I just picked this one because I've driven a couple of manuals lately in this game, and I wanted to do an automatic, and it just sounds really good with the overrun and stuff like that when you're downshifting. So if you guys enjoyed this, please let me know. Click that like button and comment down below how you're liking the game so far. That's going to be it for this one, guys. As always, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you in the next video. We'll see you later.